In this video, I'll be taking you through the top 18 things you must do after installing the all-new Elementary OS 8. This is not another video listing the obvious things like changing the wallpaper. Rather, I'll be sharing actionable steps that will transform your Elementary OS experience, from boosting your computer's performance and speeding up your internet to extending your laptop's battery life and beyond. These tips are designed to make a real difference. Every time I install Elementary OS or any other Linux distro, I spend the first 15 minutes fine-tuning the system, and trust me, it's a game changer. Linux is a powerhouse, and with the right tweaks, you can unlock its full potential. So let's get started and supercharge your Elementary OS experience. Before we do anything here, it's very important that we update the system first so that we are running latest of everything. Even if you did a fresh install just now, there will be some new updates and security patches that we need to get. Elementary OS 8 brings a big change in how it handles updates. We have never seen anything like this, so buckle up. Elementary OS separates system updates and application updates. The operating system itself can be updated by going to the settings, system, click on this download button here. You can also turn on automatic updates. You need to restart the system once this is done. It's highly recommended that you do this before you do any further steps given in this video. In Elementary OS 8, all the installed applications are handled by Flatpak, so you can update them from the App Center. Click on Check Updates and Update All, and you can let it do its thing in the background. So now we have this logical separation between system packages and applications. Elementary OS 8 also brings a brand new automatic driver installer. Finally! Installing NVIDIA GPU drivers and Wi-Fi drivers was a hassle on earlier versions of Elementary OS. But with this version, just open the settings, click on System and jump to the Drivers tab. Here, you'll see a list of all the available hardware drivers. Installing the proprietary drivers for your NVIDIA GPUs gives you significant performance gains, so definitely do that. Similarly, drivers might be available for other hardware like Wi-Fi adapters on your PC. They will be shown here. It's recommended that you install those as well. Give it some time to download and install and restart the computer after that. Elementary OS 8 has transitioned into a completely Flatpak only system. From the App Center here, you can install only Flatpaks. This doesn't let you install traditional Debian packages. While Flatpaks have advantages like sandbox security and access to the newest versions, they also take up significantly more storage space compared to .debs and are much slower to start. Elementary OS still allows you to install and work with Debian packages using terminal commands, but it's not really that convenient. And there is a better way to enjoy a pure apt-only experience without dealing with Flatpaks and this App Center. And many system packages that we'll see in this video cannot be installed from the App Center. Enter Synaptic, the trusty old software manager for Linux power users. Installing this on Elementary OS lets you install and manage more than 50,000 packages from the Ubuntu software repositories. Open a terminal and run sudo apt install synaptic, and once it's done, you can open Synaptic from the menu. Synaptic gives you a simplistic yet organized interface. This gives you fine control over your package management. You can install a wide range of applications and packages here, and they will be installed as Debian packages, so they'll be significantly faster than apps installed from the App Center, and they will also take up way less storage space. Elementary OS 8 is a very minimal system and doesn't come with many essentials installed out of the box. So let's go ahead and install VLC Media Player, Kdenlive for video editing, Audacity, GIMP for image editing, LibreOffice for office work, and some other utilities. Elementary OS and its Pantheon desktop can be highly opinionated. With Pantheon desktop, you have to do things its way. Take these window controls for example. You have the maximize button on the right side of the window, the close button on the left side of the window, and no minimize button. And you cannot change these from the settings. This can make it difficult for many people to use Elementary OS. This is just an example. There are many things here that go against the traditional computer UI design, and Elementary OS provides very limited customization options, and you cannot change many of these things here. To overcome this limitation, we'll be using an application called Pantheon Tweaks. Open the App Center, search for Pantheon Tweaks and install it. Or you can just run the command given in the description below. Once installed, open it. Pantheon Tweaks lets you do many things that are not available in the settings. You can change the application theme, icon theme, cursor theme, and the sound theme. This too is not available in the settings. Then you can change the window control layout. We get many options here. For most people, the Windows option will work just fine. You can make some additional tweaks here, but I'm gonna leave it at that. Now, it's time to supercharge your internet speed with an optimized DNS. When you type in a website URL and hit enter, you might have noticed that there's a very short gap before the actual website starts to load. During that time, the actual IP address of the website you requested will be getting resolved. This might take a short time or a long time based on the DNS that your internet provider is using for you by default. Now you might have a very high speed internet. We are not talking about the download or upload speeds here. Simply put, we are talking about the time it takes to connect to a website, and this can be improved significantly by changing the DNS. We are talking stellar, noticeable improvements. Let's get into it. Open settings, click on network, click on settings for the Wi-Fi or the network that you use. Go to the IPv4 section. Here, change the method to automatic DHCP addresses only. In this text box, paste the numbers from the description below. Then we do the same for IPv6 section. We are going to use Google DNS, which is really good. It's reliable and resolves IP addresses very fast. I've used many custom DNS and Google and Cloudflare DNS tend to work the best. I prefer to use the Google one. Save the settings and turn off the Wi-Fi and turn it back on. Enjoy a faster internet. Alright, this one is my absolute favorite. Everybody has some applications that they use more than other applications. Your favorite browser, the IDE you use for development, and many more. Now Preload is an intelligent daemon running in the background, observing your habits. It learns which apps you use frequently and keeps them primed and ready in memory before you even open them. Let's say you use Firefox browser a lot. When you click on the Firefox app icon, an ample amount of time is needed for the application to be read from the hard disk and loaded into memory. With Preload enabled, your computer already knows you use Firefox a lot, so it's already kept in the memory. Click on the icon and bam, there it is. Preload makes your computer very responsive. Just think about it. The computer will have to read and load the application from the hard disk when you click on the icon anyway. Why not do it beforehand itself? If you have 8 gigs or more RAM, Preload will do wonders for your app startup times. It's not magic, it's just very smart tech. But if you think about it, it's very simple. And the best part is, all you need to do is install it. Open a terminal and run sudo apt install preload. That's it. You don't have to do anything more. No configuration, no tuning up. Everything will be automatic. Just continue using your computer. Preload will learn from your usage patterns and adapt, constantly fine-tuning its performance. Your most used apps will become faster and more responsive over time, creating a personalized, turbocharged computing experience tailored just for you. Remember, only the apps you use the most and more frequently will become faster, not all apps. By the way, if you haven't already, check out my course Linux Mastery Express. I've designed this course to level up your Linux skills very quickly. With this course, you'll get so comfortable using the terminal commands that your friends will think you're a Linux wizard. You'll get perfect with the most used, most useful commands and also learn advanced things like using the vEditor and shell scripting as well. Linux Mastery Express, link in the description, do check it out. With Elementary OS 8, we get a completely rewritten dock at the bottom, and this is available in 3 sizes. Open the settings and click on the desktop section. Under the dock and panel section, we can adjust the dock icon sizes. Additionally, we can choose to set the dock behavior with regard to auto hide, but I think the default is the best option for most people. You can also switch to the dark mode, change accent colors, and do some other visual tweaks here. Elementary OS by default gives us the Epiphany web browser, also known as GNOME Web, and this is not necessarily the best web browser in the world. In fact, it's quite bad. I think I wouldn't be wrong in calling it an unusable browser. Internet Explorer's open source sister. 2025 and it still has problem playing YouTube videos. I think I've made my point, so let's go ahead and install a browser that actually works. We can install Mozilla Firefox, Google Chrome, Brave, Vivaldi, Chromium, and many other browsers directly from the App Center here. They will be installed as Flatpaks. And if you want to install browsers as full native Debian packages, then you may use the installation instructions given in the description below. Elementary OS, just like many other Linux distributions, does not include many proprietary multimedia codecs by default because of licensing restrictions. But these codecs are absolutely necessary for playing many different video and audio formats such as MP3, MP4, AVI and DVDs. You can see this limitation if you try to play some media files. They won't play. However, you can go ahead and install these restricted codecs to enable that full multimedia functionality. It's completely legal for you to install them. It's just not legal for Elementary OS to distribute those codecs. The Ubuntu Restricted Extras package includes all these essential codecs for audio and video playback. It also includes some Microsoft fonts and other utilities. To install those, open up a terminal, type in sudo apt install Ubuntu Restricted Extras. During installation, you will be prompted to accept the user agreement for Microsoft fonts. Use the tab key to move the cursor on yes and press enter. Ubuntu Restricted Extras is a complete bundle of all the popular media formats, fonts that also give better document and web compatibility and some other utilities. It's an absolute must-have to make a system fully functional. If you're on a laptop, one thing that you absolutely appreciate is a better battery life, regardless of how good or bad it currently is. Linux distros are not exactly famous for their battery life, but there is a tool called TLP that can help with this. TLP is a power management utility designed to tweak certain aspects of your operating system and improve the battery life when your laptop is running on battery. TLP is very powerful and automatically optimizes background tasks, processor frequency, Wi-Fi, USB and other background tasks. It comes with the best configuration for power saving when using battery and prioritizes performance when connected to a power source. All you need to do is just install it and it will handle everything by itself. To install TLP, open a terminal and run the command sudo apt install TLP rdw. Once installed, TLP will start working its magic in the background and you should experience an improved battery backup on your laptop. Elementary OS has one of the best looking wallpaper sets out there. The selection contains curated wallpapers that just look fantastic here. Each and every one of these just fits in with the Pantheon desktop and these feel really premium. Explore around and try these out and pick the one that you resonate with the most. I almost never get wallpapers from the internet and I always use one from the default set. So for me, it's very important that a distro ship a good set of wallpapers. Elementary OS just gets 5 stars here. Elementary OS takes security very seriously and comes with many security enhancing features. Sandboxed applications, the newly introduced secure session mode, a very strict app permission system to name some. In addition, it also has a firewall pre-installed, but it's not enabled by default. Turning it on makes sure that you have another layer of security protecting you. So let's go ahead and do it. Open the Settings app, jump to the Security and Privacy section and click on Firewall. Here, you need to click on Unlock and enter your password, and then just toggle the switch. That's all. The firewall is now enabled and actually protecting your internet traffic. Yeah, if you use torrent clients like Transmission, then you need to enable it to pass through the firewall. Click on the plus icon here. Keep the action at allowed and set the port value here, which is 51413 for transmission. You need to do it again for outbound traffic as well. With the firewall enabled, some applications might have issues connecting to the internet. Again, you just need to add the rules allowing them to pass through the firewall, or you can even temporarily disable the firewall as well. Turning on the firewall restricts unwanted traffic and prevents unauthorized access, leading to a strong mitigation of exploits and attacks. This is one of those little things that has a big impact. Playing around with the settings and personalizing Elementary OS improves the experience you are going to get here by tailoring the system to your preference. We already talked about desktop customization. In addition, you can change the keyboard shortcuts and work more efficiently with the system. We vastly underestimate the power of having convenient keyboard shortcuts. Trust me, it's a game changer. Elementary OS also has powerful accessibility features. If you need them, they are here. I also recommend having a look at the privacy settings. You can also fine-tune what permissions and resources your applications can access. Configure how notifications are shown, and in the power section, you can also choose between 3 power modes and also tweak some other power saving criteria. One thing that we get here that we don't see in any other Linux distribution is that we can set strict screen time and application time restrictions for individual user accounts. In today's distracted world, this is a godsend. Absolutely love this. I seriously think more distros should implement this. Then we also have our standards like the display settings, sound settings, etc. Go ahead, explore, play on with these and make Elementary OS your own. Elementary OS hallmark dock has been completely rewritten in this iteration. Instead of the older plank, now we get this. Configuring this dock to house all your favorite and most used applications is probably the simplest yet most impactful thing you can do for your productivity. First, remove the applications that you won't be using by right-clicking on them and unchecking the Keep in Dock option. To add your own applications to the dock, first open that application, and once the icon shows up in the dock, right-click and click on the Keep in Dock option. That's it. You can also drag and drop these icons here to rearrange them. This new dock also brings a new behavior mechanism. Clicking on an icon here obviously launches that application if it's not already open. But if that application is already open, then clicking on the icon brings that application to focus even if that application is in a different workspace. If an application has multiple windows open like your browser or the file manager, then clicking on the icon here initiates a window spread of that application. And we retain the signature of Elementary OS, you still cannot minimize applications. Now that we have set up our system, it's the perfect moment to create our Keystone backup. This one step will save you hours of troubleshooting time and potential data loss and a lot of headache in the future. Remember, having a solid backup strategy isn't just recommended, it's essential. And there's no excuse for not having a backup. And Timeshift backup is something that every Linux user must have. Timeshift is a very powerful software. It has the capacity to restore your system from the worst of crashes and mess ups. It can even destroy your operating system even if you completely delete your system. It's that powerful. And having this enables us Linux users to tinker under the hood and play with the inner workings of Linux without worrying about breaking the system. Now that we have our system set up, it's time to make a backup. Install Timeshift using the commands given in the description below. Once it is done, open it. You have two options in the backup type. Keep rsync checked and click on next. It'll estimate your system size, then you'll be asked to choose the location to store your backup. You can choose any partition, even the partition you installed the system. But I suggest you format a pen drive to ext4 and backup to that. That way, even if you literally format your entire hard drive or burn it, you can get back your system to this current state with Timeshift. I'm not kidding. Click next. Here you can set up automatic backups. You have various frequencies. We'll pass that as we are backing up a completely set up system that has all the drivers and all the software we need. But I have set up monthly backups on my main system and I recommend that. Just click next here. On this page, click on create. This will create a backup of the system which you can roll back to any moment you want. I want to make it clear that Timeshift does not back up your personal files like your documents, photos and projects. It can if you want it to, but it's mainly a system backup tool. In case you break your operating system or any future update breaks your system, you can restore your system to this particular moment with Timeshift. It's a great tool and it has saved my system innumerable times. Gaming on Linux has never been more exciting, with a ton of major games now available natively on Linux. The gaming scene on Linux has surged tremendously. And with Steam's inbuilt Proton feature, we can now play a huge selection of amazing Windows exclusives like The Witcher 3, GTA 5, Doom Eternal, Cyberpunk 2077 and many more without needing to configure any extra stuff like Wine or Play on Linux. And guess what? All you have to do is turn on Steam Play in the Steam settings and just click on install. And voila, your games will run like they were made for Linux. This is so amazing. That one last reason to dual boot Windows is gone now. And because of the ease of setting it up, Steam becomes a must-have for both gaming enthusiasts as well as casual gamers. You can install Steam from the App Center and get gaming. You can also download Steam from their official website, which is my preferred way. Check out ProtonDB to see which Windows games run fine on Linux. Did you know that staring at screens late in the evening can seriously impact your sleep quality? Research shows that looking at screens in evening can reduce both the quality and quantity of your sleep, which can be harmful to your overall health and mental well-being. Bright screens and lights at night can confuse your body's natural sleep-wake cycle. While completely avoiding screens before bedtime is ideal, it's not always practical. Fortunately, there is a science-backed solution that can help. Nightlight is a feature that slowly turns your screen to warmer colors as the sun sets and it starts getting dark. This simple change can significantly boost melatonin production, helping you fall asleep more easily and also improve your sleep quality. I've enabled Nightlight on my computer, my Android phone, and even my bedroom lights. The improvement in my sleep quality has been astronomical. To enable Nightlight, jump to the display settings and click on the Nightlight section and set it to start based on sunrise and sunset. Or you can even set a custom schedule. You'll start noticing the difference from day 1. Oh, I mean night 1. Alright, now that our system has been optimized in pretty much every way, it's time to clean it up and start using it. While Linux systems don't typically need any kind of housekeeping or maintenance, giving them a good cleanup a couple of times a year can be quite beneficial. Not necessary, but definitely beneficial. For this, we'll use the good old BleachBit. Install it by running sudo apt install BleachBit. If you have applied any updates, restart your computer before running BleachBit. Open BleachBit as root. Check the entries here. If you get warnings on any tick, just click on cancel. It's recommended that you have a careful look at what these options are. Once it's done, you can preview the junk on your system and clean it. You can also run BleachBit without root to delete application and browser junk files. Run this every 6 months or so and you'll feel your computer get instantly more responsive. And there you have it. These 18 essential tweaks transform Elementary OS from a rather restrictive system into a powerhouse daily driver. From enhanced performance with preload to better battery life with TLP, faster internet, better package management, seamless navigation, we covered it all. Each optimization that we talked about here builds upon the last to create a seamless, efficient computing experience. Whether you're a Linux newcomer or a seasoned user, these adjustments help you get the most out of your Elementary OS elegant design while maintaining its simplicity. Remember, the beauty of Linux is that you can make it truly your own, so feel free to explore and play around. Alright, if you enjoyed this video, if you found it useful, definitely consider subscribing to the channel and also leave me a big thumbs up. And tell me which of these tweaks did you like the best. Talk to me in the comments below. And if you're interested in leveling up your Linux skills, the link to my course Linux Mastery Express is given in the description below. It's designed to teach you Linux and take you from zero to hero within the shortest amount of time possible. You'll be using Linux like a pro within a matter of hours, so definitely check that out. Next up, check out my take on how Elementary OS 8 fares against Linux Mint 22.1. It's an all-out distro battle, so definitely don't miss that. Alright, this is LinuxTex signing out.